session, I would say. Okay, so we are having Saubhagya Grover with us, nine band is speaking, listening also, and over to eight band. So Saubhagya, first query is there: are you member of a club?
Not as of now, no. But I used to be a part of a music and theatre society back in my college. Club generally, it allowed us to experiment as students to kind of try new things with our favorite subjects. For me, it was theatre. So we would try new things and activities different ways.
Very good. So do you think a person should be part of a club?
It's clearly subjective and personal of a choice. But at the same time, as far as personal growth goes, I think a club would be really essential for a student life. Because say a student in a management college, he's studying classes that are related to his field of study. It can get tiresome for the brain. An evening club that he gets to recreationally try new things and play around with friends, that can be a gift for some people.
Okay, so are there any international clubs in your city?
In my city,
Yeah.
not that I'm aware of, sir, but I'm sure there must be sports facilities.
Lions Club.
Lions Club, oh.
Yeah, it's international club.
That's what I'm personally not aware of them, but I'm sure there must be. I'm sure clubs that allow families to have recreational times or trips or tours around the globe, or sports facilities which allow students to kind of represent their city or their district in a way bigger platform. I'm sure facilities like this surely exist here. I personally haven't availed them, so I don't know.
Okay. So, do you think the clubs perform well?
In what ways the performance regarding
This is your answer. Means you
okay,
have to
sir.
reply. Otherwise, I will reply.
Sure, sir.
Yes.
It's depends on the candidate they are having in the club. If someone is really interested in the club, he's performing, there definitely the performance of the club will be the best. But if someone is just part of the club to be for just passing their time, then unfortunately the club won't do that much good.
True.
Okay. So, have you ever joined or been the part of any club?
Unfortunately, I would say I never got a chance. But if I ever got a chance, if I ever get a chance, then I will definitely go for it because I always want to be. I always want to try something different in my life. Just I'm not confined to my stream, just science. I also want to study biology and also want to do some recreational activities in my life. I just want all-round development in my life.
Very good. So, let's talk about music. So, you also understand it. So, what is the significance of music in our life?
As far as activities go, listening to music is a fun activity to most of us here. To some of us, it's spiritual. As far as bhajans go, the beauty of music, I think, is it is so elastic and deep that all of us here, about 60-80 people here, can have their own iteration of music and listen to their own listen to the music of their own kind for their own reasons. I listen to music sometimes to let go of my frustration. Sometimes I listen to music to go into a meditative state of mind. It is entirely based around my moods. So whatever I'm feeling at that point of time, the music I'll be listening at that point of time will be a reflection of what I'm feeling at that point of time.
So, do you think the blend of Indian and Western music is good?
It's like, sir, it's like about how good a dish is made. If a chef that is international makes a dish, we we can be sure that it will be one of the best dishes we've ever tasted. But if someone from Harish Fast Food makes a dosa, it will taste like Harish Fast Food, sir. So it's kind of like that. So music, when blended by a maestro or the ustad people that we refer to, if they use fusion in a very different sense, given their years of expertise in music, the product will be unprecedented.
Okay. So, do you think music has curative value?
I think at the purity.
Okay, that can cure something.
Oh, indeed, sir. Just we know that there is a medical therapy that is music therapy, and in which they use the music to cure the patient. Because as we know, music has the power to change our mood. So definitely, music has the power to cure someone, not just in the Someone I have just got. I would like to give an instance of a movie I have seen. I didn't recall the name, but in that movie, a girl was paralyzed, and he used the music therapy to cure that girl, and that was a really amazing movie. If I ever got the name in my, just recall that name, I would definitely show.
In the next video.
Yes.
Okay, so the same query is from you. Does music carry curative value?
Definitely, sir. Like, not only is music a way of fixing certain issues in the body. Okay, so music is, when a musician is playing music, it is not just him playing an instrument. A lot of his brain activity is like, there was a test conducted. We attached like those granular chips to the body, to the brain, and to his heart to find out like what all activity goes through a body when a musician is playing, say, a violin or something. So what happened, we experienced, so this person was going through a brain surgery, and not only is music required to fix people, for a musician it was our way of understanding that he's alive or not. So his brain is cut open and there are modules attached to his brain. So, and while his surgery he was asked to play his violin or his guitar. His eyes closed and he's just playing on the operation table. So the doctors asked him to do that, so that if there is anything wrong with your nervous system or something, some detachment is occurred, he will not be able to play the violin anymore. So they asked him to play the violin so that his brain activity is at the maximum. And we were surprised that on an average, like of 10 people that are getting a brain surgery, this person's surgery went the smoothest, given that he was listening to music at that point of time. And that is a breakthrough. It is beyond therapeutic, sir. It is a guarantee that person will be fixed.
Okay, so let's talk about jobs.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think everybody is aspirant of getting jobs, either in India or some other country. So, Himanshu, so what is the procedure to get job in your country?
There are certain steps one have to go to get a job. Like one have to clear all his, one have to do his education, then given some entrance exam for a good college, and after that a company will offer you some low income job and offer some, like in my country everyone is an aspirant of getting a government job, because it is considered as a reputation if someone is having a government job. And there are like first of all you have to give a you have, if you want to get a good job, there is pre-exam, after that there is a mains, and after there is interview. It's a long procedure one have to go through to get just a job. So it's quite hard, and the level they gave in the test is just too much hard for a student, but they just give their best to get that job. They they gave their 2 or 3, and even sometimes in some cases they gave their a decade of their life just to get a job. So
Okay, so is there any difference between the job priorities between boys and girls?
Are we generally speaking about India or in general?
Choice is yours.
So definitely a man, given his physical capabilities, tends to opt for or is capable of doing jobs that require, say, physical aptitude more than the mental one. For an example, in the World War II, we saw women taking care of intercom. If you remember, there was a system wherein there was a wall, we would connect calls. So the women, like there was a poster, very famous poster from World War II. There's a woman drawing saying, "We can do it too." Like it's a feminine strength poster. It was allowing, and it was made to make women come and work at the intercom and at the mailing department in the World War, while all their men and brothers were at the fields fighting. So this was the general trend of jobs and job likeliness back then. It was not that women couldn't fight. It was that women were required to do a very different, way more important job to keep this war together. What is happening on the field was never known to the people or us. How our men were dying was so there were jobs that women could only do, and there were jobs that men couldn't help but do. So there is definitely a trend wherein we see women working on desks or blue collar jobs more, and men on the other hand. are a little more elastic. We could see a man both as a nurse or the main doctor or the patient there. So I kind of, personally, if you ask me, I think men can be a little more elastic, be it the society or the general scheme of things. But
Okay, yes, you. So do you find any change in the attitude of females for jobs?
Certainly, sir, that's interesting one because in the past few decades we have seen a huge change. Like they were in the century, they were just confined to the desk job, but in the recent years they are all around the world in every field. They are very just we have got fighter pilots in Air Force, and also some we just take an example of Indian girls. I think there were a group of 4 girls who roam all around the world, and they were the Indian Navy. They were the first girls to travel the sea, like first army, and also like in every field we can see now. I think I got the news that in the army the girls were are going to be appointed as a lieutenant, as a colonel. So definitely the field is not just confined to the desk, they are in the field as well, and progressing and helping the world to progress just like as man is doing.
Okay, so nowadays there is a problem. Youngsters are not stick to their jobs. They frequently change the jobs. Why is it so?
so there is a huge divide between what is good for a student versus what is good for my child. So like when a parent brings a child into the world, he doesn't put him in the school that would be good for his kid. He goes on to ask Gupta ji, goes on to ask Sharma ji about what school did you put your child into? What is best for my kid? Based on your kid is looking fine enough, I'll put my son in the same school. What we end up doing is, we end up choosing something which was best for someone else's son for my son. What that ends up doing is, there is a conflict of ideas within the child. I'm talking from my personal example. Like there was a huge time in the school, I had no clue why I'm going to the school, for what is the meaning of all this.
Why do they change their jobs?
Certainly, because see now after the school, with this set of mind, when I enter a job field, I'll pick a job that pays me off, that fills my like immediate requirements. When I start working there comes a point of anything in this universe will hit an attenuation point. When I do at mine, I find out that okay, this job is providing me with food, luxury, and whatever I needed, but not satisfaction. It is not making me feel whole. I end up doing a job because it's paying me for whatever reasons, but I don't get the job that is actually making me feel satisfied. There is a human element to every job. Like it's like eating cakes. I love cakes. I can't eat cakes the entire week, right? There will come a point where I'll be like, no more cakes. That's what happens with every job. I can't do a job if I don't enjoy it. There will be a time where I will stop doing that job because I want more than just money from life.
Okay. So colors. Is there any symbolic value of colors?
Certainly, yeah. We have lot of colors related to several symbols. We have the saffron that is represent the Hindu culture, and like the white in the Christianity, they used to wear the white on the weddings. But if it came to the Hinduism, that is wear on when someone dies. That's unfortunate. But like every color has symbolic value to different religions, to different things. Even in the country has a flag that has a color that is a symbolic value for their country. So every person have every religion, every nation, everything that is a group that have a color that is their symbolic value.
Okay. So do you consider colors change the mood and personality?
Definitely. His answer was marvelous. Like I totally agree with that, and that's how colors have been usually used. But if you think about it, why orange in that place? Orange, it is, you are right, each color has a symbolic sense in each of these civilizations and places. Here is like, okay, so like I am an art student, I'm a filmmaker. So there was a point of time where we were taught color psychology. There are ways we can use colors to manipulate brains. You must have all heard about the film Godfather. If you haven't seen it also, you must have heard about the film. So basically, the director there used a very creative color psychology tool there. So in each scene before, okay, so like the next scene there is a murder or a gunshot about to happen. A scene before that scene, you will see the color orange somewhere of the scene. So like I am speaking, so there is a scene where Godfather is talking, and the light from the evening from the window is hitting at the back of the wall, and it's orange in color. You can see this trend in the entire there are 3 Godfather films. You can see this trend all across. Why is that so? So it is an emotional and mental cue for us, the viewer, to understand that there will be something coming in the next scene. So it mentally prepares you that way. There is a reason you'll see a hospital, like a ward room is generally blue or light green in color. You'll see a police car siren is red and blue in color. There are certain keys and tones that our universe exists in, and these colors elicit certain emotions in our brain. Red means either rage, anger, or passion or love. Green means either disgust or nature. So there are different words and titles given to each color.
So which is your favorite color and why do you like
As soon as I realized that each color has a different potent meaning and can have a different effect on the brain, I realized, okay, what do I want to do on people today? So like yellow and white today. This is a sense of friendliness. Also in a different time you could see
So
this
why
as
blue?
It complements each other.
it? Okay.
I thought this through. Yes, I didn't know that we were going to talk about colors, but now that we are. So we must have all seen in an art class there is a color wheel. And we see that everywhere. Color wheel is there, like it's mixed up of all colors. So there is a way to read that. That wheel is also in music, is also in art, it's in design, you name anything in the art field. That circle is everywhere. In our mythology also, the circle has the biggest symbol in this.
Yes.
Right? So you would see that on that color wheel, these 2 colors are either opposite. Red and blue are equidistant from each other. Yellow and green are equidistant from each other. These colors that are opposite from each other complement each other. So you put red on green together somewhere, they will always go. They will always look nice with each other. Likewise, like we can play with this color psychology. So like an artist, or a room designer person, he takes this color wheel and uses them very creatively. He takes out what color patterns would look nice for a bedroom, what would be nice for a kitchen. That's how they do it.
Very good. How do you keep yourself fit?
Well, this question means. Really sorry. Just 1 week before I wasn't that much. Like I was not sure that how I saw my.
You would survive for the next week or not? You were not sure.
No, sir. I was sure I would survive for the next 100 years. I was definitely sure. Well,
Yes. He has exaggerated.
no, sir. I'm
Okay, next 100 years.
You will not be
it's
alive.
It's okay. It's okay.
They all will not be like, I can say that.
Yeah, definitely. Next 100 years, I will not be alive, and I don't want to be alive. Okay. Yes.
I just started morning walk and evening walk. Just after the dinner, I just go for a walk so that I can keep myself fit. And also recently, I have started to eat the soaked. What should I say? I'm just getting the.
Pulses.
No, I'm not getting the right.
Mozart.
No. Leave. Okay. And I also just after the guidance of sir, I have also started eating so
Any seed.
any seeds and even any seeds. So, and also I have started drinking at least 4 to 5 liters water every day, so that it's good for the health, and I will keep continuing this.
Very good. Very good. So how do you keep yourself fit?
I think I'm
Maybe
anything.
in final exam, guys.
I'm anything far from fit, ma'am, sir, whoever's listening here. But at the same time, there are things that I must do. Like, there is obviously weight, a lot of weight here.
Okay, maximum time it happens, guys. Like in final exam, if there is a person and they say, how do you keep yourself fit? So, and second person is there. And third, that is of 1 quintal, guys. Okay, and question may be there because it is in your final exam. Okay, then you should simply say, yes, I keep myself fit. I have shed 30 kg of weight. Yes, earlier, yeah, definitely, you can go with this.
I was about to get to that.
Yeah, very good. Then proceed.
Yes, this is nowhere close to fit, but believe it or not, there was a time where I used to weigh 110 kilos. And I swam it all away. I used to swim for 2 hours a day, and once I was done with that, I would come back home to go running for an hour. Once I was done back, I had to go walk my dogs. So that was also an activity because I had to play with them, throw balls and catch. And they would throw balls and I would go catch. All that, and I from 110, there was a time I had gotten down to 67 kilos, and that was a huge journey. But then there was the people who used to complain about my overweight back then, now used to complain about how thin I was. I got fed up of people. I stopped talking to that woman anymore, and that helped me to like focus on okay what I wanted to be now. So now I may be slightly chubby, but I'm a way more intelligent man than I ever was.
Okay, so do you prefer health or wealth?
Health any given day, sir. Wealth I can make a bed out of. Health I cannot. If I try to make a bed out of health, that will be that would not be the good bed, sir. That would be the bed that I formally go past this universe from.
Okay. Yes. So means when we talk about health, so why do you have some sort of inferiority complex?
So this is a like I have a craze that I will go for the morning walk.
It is just like okay, removing the ventilator. Okay, and we just ask from a person who is very much serious. Okay, can you breathe? Okay, carry on, please.
Sir, this is just a craze. Like for a week, I will be very conscious for my health, and the next, like in the very next week, I will be lying in the bed till 7, and I will say it's time for the work, and I'll just get up the. It's just a 1 week craze for being healthy, and after that, I will be the same for the whole next year, whole year.
Very good. We'll begin the show from the next year.
Yeah, it's.
Very good. Yes. So that's all for the day. So it was really very amazing session with both the guys. So join your hands together for